Welcome back to the League Mates podcast. My name's Chewy, your third favorite host, and with me,
I'm John, your first favorite host.
And I'm Logan, the all-around favorite host.
don't lie to our fans.
I'm not lying if it's true.
That's rude. It's not true.
The first poll for this podcast is who your favorite host is. Posted on our Facebook right after this episode.
So we're talking about playoffs. Obviously, we are gonna try and engage with our audience a little more. We're gonna have a lot of polls up on our Facebook after our episodes. If you guys want to go check that out. All right, so we're talking playoffs. You guys want to start in the AFC, the NFC?
Let's talk.
We're gonna talk about playoffs. Yeah, we're here, buddy. We made it. Well, none of us did, but
Well, yeah, we're still.
the NFC North is here.
Woo!
Hey, some of us at least made it to the playoffs.
That is true.
Okay,
So you guys want to start with the AFC to the NFC?
let's start AFC.
How about we start with Saturday?
AFC.
Let's go in chronological order of when these games will be played.
That's both
You have
AFC
that?
and NFC are going.
Yep, I got it. So on Saturday, January 18th, we got the first seed Chiefs against the 4 seed Texans, and we got the number 1 seed Lions against the 6 seed Commanders.
Going to be a good game.
Great day of football.
Oh, that's going to
in
be
my opinion.
really fun. Oh, shy nicey.
If you guys would like, we have Kansas City minus 8.5 and Detroit minus 9.5.
Look at John. Nope, Detroit's minus 8.5.
Are you sure?
9.5 on my screen.
I also see
8.5 on
8.5.
yours.
8.5 DraftKings.
Okay, let's follow the
9.5
sports
on
betting.
ESPN.
So Vegas hasn't got
Let
their
me-
shit together yet.
Let me check DraftKings officially. I was looking at the Apple Sports tab, which I've actually enjoyed using. If you guys haven't checked that out,
Oh yeah, very convenient.
not perfect, but it's easy and simple.
I don't gamble.
You're an idiot.
Anyways, no, well, yeah.
We're not going there
Um,
anyway.
What do you guys,
Yeah,
AFC,
opening line is
NFC, what do you guys want? I think we should talk about AFC, in my opinion, because
AFC
we're
first.
all NFC guys, and I'm sure we all have a lot to say about that NFC game.
Yep.
So, coming into Saturday, January 18th, exactly 10 days before my birthday, for anyone out there who wants to send me a birthday
That's
gift.
Important. No, they
Okay, fair enough.
Maybe they do.
4:30, we got Texans Chiefs.
Oh.
Kansas City minus 8.5.
the
do you guys
Texans
think?
and the Chiefs.
Damn
Give me the
skippy.
Texans. Honestly, I like the Texans in this. I shouldn't, but I do. Maybe that's
I'm
because
on your side.
I'm kind of like rooting for the underdog here, and I am so done watching the Chiefs win football games that it's not even funny. But that's
Agree.
just where I'm at.
I think we all agree we're tired of watching the Chiefs. For the sake of feelings, I want the Texans to win. But for the sake of our little competition that we're doing, give me the Chiefs.
Oh, dude, yeah, no. It's
So,
for money, it's Chiefs. If you want to make guaranteed money, bet the Chiefs. If you want to live on the edge and have something fun to root for that's not just depressing at this point, go Texans.
Go Texans.
I am right on the edge. I am taking Texans no matter how the cards lie. I think the Chiefs, they have a great defense. Their offense is not what it has been in the past. The Texans are a battle-tested team that have made it here with major injuries on both sides of the ball. Not only that, suspensions from some pretty nasty hits from linebackers. I think it might come down to who's in football shape and who's been getting by with maybe some calls that go their way or maybe some field goals that happen to fall in between the French fries.
In between the French fries. Yeah, no, I mean I don't disagree with you. The Chiefs have been they've been winning games. That's no doubt. Right? Like if you put $10 on the Chiefs for every single game of this season, you only lost twice. It's guaranteed money. It's not a lot of money, but it's guaranteed money. Um, but they've been playing some really sloppy football. This is not the same Chiefs we've seen for the last few years. They are not dominating football games.
They've also been on a break for the last couple of weeks because of their first seed.
25.
Yeah, no football in games for 25 days. And Mahomes just had another baby. So do you think that's going to impact him on the field?
Actually, that kind of brings me back to a stat that I had kind of heard about, but I haven't touched on in at all. So I'm going to do a little bit of quick research while you guys banter about Texans and Chiefs real quick. Oh, and talk about the two-player guys.
The two-player guys? Were we playing Madden here?
Oh, Pacheco and Dell.
Oh, of course. So Pacheco, we'll start in lighter news. Pacheco was a full participant in practice. I feel real sorry for the ground this coming Saturday. It really sucks to be that field with Isaiah Pacheco in the background in the backfield. He is very mad at the ground all the time. The way this guy runs. I don't know what the ground did to him. Maybe he fell off his bike. I don't know, but it's a bad day to be the ground if Isaiah Pacheco is in the backfield taking handoffs from Patty Mahomes.
Okay, I have
Unfortunately.
Oh, sorry.
Of course, no. Go ahead.
Okay, so Patrick Mahomes' children. So his first kid born February 20th, 2021. His first son, November 28th, 2022, and their most recent, 2025. Patrick Mahomes' Super Bowls won 2020, 2024, and 2023. I did that a little bit backwards. Don't blame me, blame Google. So, what we can say is, in the same year that Patrick Mahomes has a child, he does not win the Super Bowl.
His first of many surgeries. Our thoughts and prayers go out to Tank Dell. I loved him. I had him. I didn't get him anywhere this year in fantasy, but I had a Nico Collins Tank Dell stack 2 years ago. That was fun to play with. I lost that whole league, but it was fun to watch those guys catch a lot of footballs from CJ Stroud. Joe Mixon in the backfield. He's been great all year. I know, Chewy, you have your opinions on him. You don't think he's the future. I don't think he's the future either, but I don't see the Texans reaching necessarily to take a halfback this year. It depends. I mean, they already don't have the best pick. We'll see where guys fall. We don't know. We're still waiting on the combine and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens. However, in this game, in my opinion, it's battle-tested in football shape. Guys that have been playing football the past couple weeks. The Texans are going to beat the Chiefs just because there's a difference between being in shape and being in football shape. Texans have been playing football the past couple weeks. They didn't get a bye. The Chiefs had 2 byes. They're 2 weeks out of football shape compared to the Texans who've been battle-tested, fighting injuries, but those guys that are on the field are there for a reason.
Yeah, no, well said. The Chiefs are very well rested, which could benefit them. But I think the Texans are hungry, and I think CJ Stroud has a lot to prove after a very mediocre season.
I agree. The Texans are coming into this like they have something to prove.
Well, I mean,
this is exactly where they got knocked out last year. This is exactly where they got knocked out last year. Similar situation. Maybe not similar. They were the 7 coming in last year, I think.
Yeah,
but
no, they were.
Regardless, knocked out in the divisional. They got something to prove, and they definitely would love to be able to say they proved something against the Kansas City Chiefs, along with most of America.
Although, in my opinion, they're not really proving anything against a sloppy Chiefs team. Like I had mentioned earlier, the Chiefs they played shitty football all year. They just managed to win games.
Sloppy or not, they've still won.
I'm not saying they didn't win. I'm just saying they're not the juggernaut that the media makes them out.
And I agree, because if the Texans beat the Chiefs, which I think they will, they have to play the Bills or the Ravens, which in my opinion are probably the 2 best teams in football right now. Like I'm an NFC guy, but man, watch this Bills-Ravens game is going to be the most fun game to watch all year. This game is
Uh,
going to be better than the Super Bowl.
I actually traveled into the future to check on what the final scoreline of the Bills-Ravens game was. And it was 172,006 to 172,007 Bills win.
So take the over.
Take the over.
Lamar
So,
Jackson
if
has
we-
a lot to prove. What was the stat? Every 12 years, a 28-year-old quarterback wins for the Ravens.
It's okay. It's happened twice. I'm kind of sick of hearing that because the same could be said for the Packers. I mean, they finished with extremely similar records, extremely similar playoff runs, but they fucking lost.
True.
So
statistically, out of every factor that came into every playoff team winning the Super Bowl, due to AI doing the math that it does and all the criteria that a team should meet to win the Super Bowl this year, statistically, Green Bay was the favorite, and they were knocked out first round.
yeah. So take your stats and put them somewhere. Anyway,
So
we'll get
before
to
we
Bills
talk about
Ravens
that
fast.
game, let's talk about the other Saturday game. Yep. So Lions Commanders. This one is my second favorite game to watch all week.
It's honestly like it's the game I'm most excited for.
Oh, for sure.
Bobby Wagner is expected to play. I think that's huge for the Commanders' defense,
David Montgomery
especially going up,
expected to play.
especially going up against a beat-up Lions team.
Well, Monty's coming back.
Monty is coming back.
Sonic and
Full
Knuckles
practice.
are full force for this game.
So here's my
There
thing,
was a
right?
fantasy league I had where I could have had, Chewy, I don't mean to interrupt, but I could have had Sonic and Knuckles in a fantasy league. And there was
never
just
going to
one
happen.
guy. There was one guy that prevented me from doing it. And his reasoning was because I don't want you to.
Yeah. John offered me way over. Oh, by the way, I'm the guy that prevented this from happening, so you're welcome, world. John offered me overvalue for Jahmyr Gibbs. And I said no. And I'm glad I said no. Because, first of all, the week that he tried to trade Jahmyr Gibbs to me, we played against each other. And so, get Jahmyr Gibbs from me. My bad. We played against each other. And I said, no, we can reconsider this conversation next week. And then I thought about it. And I said, no.
It was never
you're not-
reconsidered.
It was not. I said, no, you're not getting Sonic and Knuckles. I'm not gonna let that happen. Not on my watch. And then it didn't happen. And then I almost acquired David Montgomery from Logan in a different league. This is a different league that it was in for that one. Because we do too many fantasy football leagues every year after saying no
Not
more than
next year.
3.
Not
well,
next
we
year.
said that last year, John, so we'll see what happens come fantasy football time.
I'm going to do 3 personal leagues and 1 league for the podcast.
I'm fine with that.
So it could be the 3 of us, and what do you guys think? Maybe
Well, we'll see.
11 listeners?
Well, you know what?
Do a 14 man?
No. 10-team leagues. Maybe.
So
maybe
you guys
12.
want to do? We'll see how many people
We'll
we
see.
have interested, but we'll do either the 3 of us in one, or each of us are in one, and fill it with, 30 people.
The podcast league will be no buy-in. There's not going to be any sort of skin in the game, but we might offer a prize to the winner of the league, regardless of if you're one of us or a listener.
You will get, if you are a listener, we will get you a 3D printed trophy, and we'll hopefully find some kind of mascot or something for the show that we can send you.
This. I know who I want our mascot to be, and it's a human being. I want it to be the guy that did the Colts anthem every week. Bleep.
So we're talking Lions Commanders.
Yeah, who you guys taking? So I can put that in the spreadsheet.
I'm not going to answer first this time.
All right, I will. I took the Commanders. Because I want them to win.
as cool as it would be, it's not going to happen.
All right. Well, I think that settles that.
No, the Lions are going to win.
No, they're not.
Jaden Daniels had a great season, and he's going to have a great game, but this is where it ends. The Lions are taking it.
We'll see.
Just
John,
will.
you're up.
I don't want to.
You have to.
No,
Yes.
give me the Lions.
Yeah, you so.
He doesn't want to because he wants Commanders to win.
It's the Commanders' defense.
Yeah.
That's what worries me. The Commanders' defense against the Lions' offense.
But that Commanders defense actually looked good last weekend. So,
Against who?
well, Baker Mayfield, the
And-
only motherfucker in the league to beat the Chiefs and the Eagles.
And where's he at right now? Cancun.
Probably sitting in Cancun or
Yep.
banging hot chicks. Who knows?
He's enjoying his... All right. Well, you didn't have to go that far. But all you had to say was Cancun, and we're all adults here. We knew where that was. But moving on.
First game on Sunday.
First game on Sunday.
You got the Eagles
Bills.
and the Rams.
Oh, you're right.
Fucking
Sorry, I don't know how to read. It's not my fault.
Which the Rams. Wow.
Dude, Rams. I hope the
Dude.
Rams just smack the piss out of the Eagles.
Are you saying that
Me too.
for spite reasons?
Well,
Fuck yeah, I am.
Okay, glad we cleared that up.
there he is. Yeah. No, it's gonna be the Rams.
All right, I've been very tame for 2 episodes, okay? It had to happen eventually.
I'm gonna tell you why the Rams are gonna win. Jalen
Puka
Hurts
Nacua.
is booty cheeks.
Sure. He has
looked
Barkley in the
like
backfield.
fucking shit. Okay. Barkley, while he is a workhorse, he can't carry that team all the way through. I don't care what he can squat.
I don't know.
Logan, I'll bet you on the side $10 whole that the Rams beat the Eagles.
$10 whole?
$10 whole on a personal side bet.
I'll take that.
All right. Let me just add to the notes that Logan owes me $10.
I will send you my Cash App.
No need. I'll send you mine.
So, realistically, I want the Rams to win. That's out of spite. But Saquon Barkley is very good at football. He has been all year. He's been healthy all year. That offensive line has been healthy all year. That's going to be hard to stop. However, Jared Verse and Braden Fisk on the Rams defensive line to replace Aaron Donald have been, arguably, in my opinion, both of them have bids for Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, Tyler Higbee being a huge one, and Kyron Williams
Yeah,
putting up just
out of Notre Dame.
absolutely bonkers
Hometown.
numbers against the number one defense, well, one of the top defense in the league. Just goes to show that the Rams aren't dead. And they're not just going to sit down and take it from the Eagles. Their defense is playing better than it has all season long. And the Eagles' offense isn't going to be able to keep up. Like I said, Jalen Hurts is bum cheeks booty water. And Saquon is only going to be able to do so much before the Rams defense picks up on, oh, well, the only thing that they can really do is run the ball. Dallas Goedert's performance last week was a fluke. I watched him through the entire regular season. He didn't do shit. I had him in fantasy multiple times across several different leagues. It's just not going to happen.
And I guess we'll find out.
With that, John, you're taking the Eagles on the official pick.
That is correct.
I guess on to the
Bills Ravens.
arguably most exciting game of the whole divisional round.
Yeah.
To agree with that statement. Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. And that's it for the Bills.
That is, yeah. Yeah, it is.
And then on the defensive side of the ball, the Ravens have Roquan Smith, Kyle Van Noy, Kyle Hamilton. Didn't they
Yep.
take a rookie defensive back in the draft?
I don't recall.
Nate Wiggins,
That was
maybe?
oh yeah, okay.
Bills Ravens.
Bills Ravens. So the Ravens are definitely stacked. They played a lot better last week than I think anyone expected them to, and just dog walked Pittsburgh. Like
Yes.
it wasn't even close.
No,
Like
not.
I missed on that pick really hard.
The Ravens showed up. And honestly,
Yeah, to say the fucking least. 28-14, and I mean, the Steelers didn't really jump to it. I mean, all 14 of the Steelers' points came in the third quarter.
yeah, that is true.
So, and then you had Lamar Jackson. He threw for 175 yards, 2 touchdowns. Derrick Henry, 186 yards and 2 touchdowns against the Steelers' defense that at any point during the season was in games, making a difference. Except for when TJ Watt didn't play, but that doesn't count.
This is a hard pick just because
it's
of
not.
the stuff the Bills have pulled off.
No, it's not. It's just an easy pick.
Yeah, give me whoever has the ball the last 10 seconds of the fourth.
Well, we don't know who that will be yet, so I need an actual official pick.
That's what I want.
Well, I can't give you that. I
Give me-
only saw the score.
Give me the Ravens.
Obviously, it's probably no surprise here that I'm taking the Bills. 31-7 against the Broncos. Dude. Allen for 272 yards. James Cook ran for 120, but in tutty. Curtis Samuel finally showed up to play football this season. They were unstoppable. Their defense played lights out, completely shattering everything my co-hosts here said going into that game
Yep.
about how we don't
That's
know
not
about the
my fault.
defense. What? How is it? Never mind. We're not going into that. Give me the Bills, Josh Allen, MVP, and Super Bowl, whatever number we're on, winner. I don't remember anymore. Don't worry. Don't. Just leave me alone.
So, I apologize for my friend. He
Don't.
gets a little excited sometimes. However,
Red Rocket.
my take.
Cut that.
Why the fuck? Inside thought. Inside thought.
Oh, let's not get cut.
Anyways, Bills Ravens, in my opinion, has the potential to be a Super Bowl in and of itself. I will say that Josh Allen isn't as soft as I thought he was. But Lamar Jackson
Logan,
and Derrick Henry
with everything
is
in your power soundbite, what
terrifying.
you just said.
Absolutely. I don't know how the Bills defense can stop that. I personally don't think this has been the Bills defense we've seen in the past. I said that with last week, and I know that, but I thought the Broncos team was better than they were, and that's on me. I had a lot of faith in Bo Nix. I had a lot of faith in Sean Payton, and they let me down. It's okay. That's why I don't gamble. However, in this Bills-Ravens game, I don't think the Bills' defense is good enough to stop. I mean, Lamar Jackson still passed for over 4,000 yards. He had 900 yards rushing and 40 touchdowns. Like, you can't stop that
Yes, you can.
with the defense that the Bills have.
Yes, you can. And they will.
I guess we'll see.
Yes, we shall.
I'm very excited. This is, in my opinion, this is the game I'm the most excited for. I can't wait to watch Lions Commanders because I think it's going to be a great game. But this Bills Ravens game, like I said, this is a fucking Super Bowl game, in my opinion.
And with that being said, I think this is a good time to get early Super Bowl picks.
Oh,
We're in the
yeah,
last.
I'm down.
I think we did this last week.
I'm down.
We're in the last
No,
8 teams. I feel like before these games, right now is the perfect time. Early Super Bowl picks.
Okay, but before we go on to early Super Bowl picks, can I make a request?
Sure.
Logan, I'm going to send you a picture that I just took from my laptop screen.
Please don't.
Actually, make the graphic.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm going to use this photo and put you on blast for not doing that.
Yep. You guys hear how I'm talked to? Single-handedly carrying this podcast on my back, and this is the respect I get.
Don't you even.
Okay.
Do not even.
No, that's what I get.
Oh, I'm gonna. No.
All right, who wants to kick it off?
The Super Bowl winning team, the Bills, they will be kicking it off in the first half to the Washington Commanders.
Wow.
We'll have the ball first and ultimately lose in the Super Bowl.
That's a hot take.
It is.
John, who you got?
Give me Ravens, Eagles.
Okay.
Logan?
Give me Ravens, Lions.
Okay, can I tell you why you're both wrong?
No.
You may not be wrong about the Ravens thing, and I would really love for Lamar to go and win one. However, it can't be the Lions and it can't be the Eagles.
Why?
Because in every single Super Bowl since the creation of the Super Bowl, the quarterback that went to the Super Bowl for their first trip and lost has never made it back.
And know the reason for the Lions to do it.
Jared Goff's been to the Super Bowl, buddy.
Yeah, okay. But I'm
And
saying
lost it.
the Lions have been hot trash forever. They're not just going to let this slip away. They're going to the Super Bowl.
We'll see. We'll see.
Hey, what have?
That's
Hey,
why it can't be Lions Eagles in the NFC Championship game. It just won't be.
so
John?
speaking of letting things slip away, if we are done on the playoffs, we can move on to the national championship. And
Actually,
when
we
we
have a
come
couple
to
other NFL players to talk about a little bit first. And
You're
so
right.
we can just kind of transition out of NFL into college.
You're right.
We have an update on Christian Watson and his torn ACL. I don't remember if the article said that he did his prehab for the ACL surgery, but he is projected to be out until at least week 12 of the 2025 season. Which really sucks for Mr. Watson.
Yeah, that's not good, especially somebody who's battled his injuries as through his whole career.
Yes. John, speak up a little bit. You're cutting out again.
Sorry about that.
You're right.
What I had said was, did you guys get me?
Yeah, I think we got you. You started to
All
just
right.
cut out at the end. Worst case, hopefully our listeners are smarter than we are and can figure it out.
Bar wasn't set high there. I have faith in
No,
the
it was
listeners.
not. John, you're the one that brought it up, so I'll let you lead us off with it.
Oh, yeah, I was listening to PFF's podcast for best players. You know, they do their best of awards, and they had brought up an very interesting stat that Patrick Surtain II, defensive back for the Denver Broncos, had 0 missed tackles during the regular season.
That
And
is
that is such a crazy stat line to me when you think about, I mean, at some point, every team plays somebody good. You know, every team plays a quote-unquote powerhouse. And for a defensive back to have 0 missed tackles with the receivers that are in the league, not just wide receiver ones, but even 2s and 3s that are just fast and shifty right after they catch the ball, for him to have 0 missed tackles is a hell of a stat line, in my opinion.
no, yeah, that's bonkers. Has that ever occurred in the NFL before?
I'm
We know.
not sure.
All right, Logan, you make some comments. I'm going to look that up.
It's got to be like a starter with 18 games, though, not somebody that like took 4 snaps on
Yeah.
offense or on defense because somebody got hurt. Like full 18-game regular season, 0 missed tackles. Maybe not 18-game because the season's been extended a couple times, but just a regular season, 0 missed tackles with the max amount of regular season games played.
Yeah, that's just absurd. In a good
Why
way.
are we talking about Keenan?
Um, just to be able to say, like, for him to say that if I touched you, you were down. It's crazy. No one broke off one of his tackles. He didn't allow any mistakes. It's crazy to me.
No, I
Okay, I
agree.
don't have
And
that.
now that I think about it, he might have missed games. I think he might have been hurt for a couple weeks throughout the season. Don't quote me on that, but I think PS2 was hurt for a couple weeks. But still, regardless, 0 missed tackles when you played at least, hell, I don't know. I don't think I could make it through one game without missing a tackle, let alone 11 or
That's
12 or 16, however many he played.
that's because you're old and slow.
I am not old. Shut up, Chewy.
Got him.
Anyways,
Okay, I can't find a missed tackle stat, so somebody's crazy.
The 2024 season played in what?
Figure it out.
Recorded 184 solo tackles, 48 assists, 1 fumble recovery, and 11 interceptions.
Are those PS2 stats throughout the season?
Yeah.
Bro, I think he's a
11
front runner
interceptions
for.
is crazy.
I think he's front runner for DPOY. Honestly, like I don't think he's a bad bet. Actually, let me go check the odds on that if I can get him.
You should be able to at this point in the season.
Oh, you can take those before the season starts most of the time. Talk about something while I do this.
We can start moving on to the Natty if we want. Talk a little bit of college ball.
Let's do that.
So, Ohio State, Notre Dame. For those who don't know, we are from the Midwest. We are very close to Notre Dame. About 30 minutes from us, actually. On game day.
If that.
On game day, it's 30 minutes.
Yeah.
However,
Yeah.
there is all 3 of us are from the same area. All 3 of us root for different teams. I, myself, am a diehard Buckeyes fan. And then there's a poopy-head Notre Dame fan and a Florida fan. We're not sure why we let the SEC in here, but we let this one slide. Only because he's our special friend, you know?
Diehard Suckeyes fan, you mean?
Hey, don't talk to me like that. That's not very nice.
But yes, you are correct. 2 of us made right decisions in college football. One of us kind of strayed away, but that's okay. This is going to be a crazy game. That's just, I don't even think there's anything else to say other than good luck, my friend.
Yeah, I agree. I also want to say I'm going to apologize now for anything I say about you, your team, your family, or anyone close to you during this game.
Yep, that's fair.
So I got a number on PS2's odds for winning Defensive Player of the Year. I had to Google it because I couldn't find it on DraftKings. But he is minus 450 right now
Wow.
to win NFL Defensive Player of the Year. And if I've learned anything, it's follow the money And if I have done the opposite of that, it's why I don't have any money.
Yeah.
I think another notable candidate for it would be Xavier McKinney. I just don't think he outperformed PS2 to win the award. And Lions DB. I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
I
Somebody
think
help
you're
me.
talking about the free safety, Kirby Joseph.
Yes, Dirty Kirby Joseph. The ACL hunter. Also, I have no skin in the game when it comes to the Natty, so I'm going to bet on vibes. Give me Notre Dame until Logan starts acting up again. Then give me Ohio State.
Ravens OC Todd Monken. I just got an update from you to speak with Jaguars and the Bears about head coaching.
Don't have that. Jeff
Just came in from
Hafley.
ESPN.
Jeff Hafley interviewed for the Jets head coach.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
Quinn Ewers declared for the NFL draft. That's something.
Yes.
He sure did.
Yes, he did. Very cool.
You sound so excited to talk about it.
Yeah. So cool.
I'm gonna do a little bit more audience engagement real quick. On Wednesdays, for now, maybe adding more days here and there. So I streamed it to Twitch on Wednesday, and I'll send Logan has my Twitch info. He can link it in the description if you guys want to tune in to watch us. Essentially, just do a live podcast, but it's of us playing Madden. But let us know if that's something you guys would be interested in, and if you want to come check it out. Like I said, Logan will put the links in the description and on the link tree.
I will do that.
Yep, you're welcome for signing you up for more work. By the way,
thanks. Yep, appreciate that. I'll bill you at the end. It's okay.
Send it to John. He said he would cover it for me.
Okay.
Did not.
Yes, he did.
Did not say that.
As soon as he said Josh Allen is the hardest NFL quarterback that I've ever encountered in my life. And Logan has the soundbite. Logan has the soundbite.
Not even close.
Anyway, Logan, how are we doing on time?
46.
You want to go over the UFC fight card for Saturday, January 18th? Or do you want to save that for a little bit later?
I mean, we can still touch on Ohio State, Notre Dame a little more. I mean, what are you guys thinking you guys got?
I mean, the only thing I can really think is if Ohio State's going to win this game, they need to get out and get after it early. Get Jeremiah Smith active.
As an Ohio State fan, I could not agree more. If I was Ohio State, instead of leaving it to, I think Ohio State has a great defense, don't get me wrong, but instead of leaving it to our defense, I say we make Notre Dame's offense keep pace with our offense.
I don't think Notre Dame has the offense to keep pace. And they have just good enough of a defense that any lulls in the action, Marcus Freeman's one hell of a head coach, and they are going to take advantage of that if the opportunity is there.
Notre Dame just can't kill themselves with offensive penalties and turnovers.
Yeah, I mean, same goes for Ohio State.
Ohio State, I'm not worried about turnovers. Offensive penalties, yes, but I don't think Ohio State's going to turn the ball over very much against Notre Dame.
And I think it also comes down to what Will Howard do we get? Do we get Ohio State Will Howard? Or do we get, was it Kansas State that he played for
Kansas
last year?
State, yep.
Yeah. Or do we get Kansas State Will Howard, who forgets that he's pretty good at football?
I don't know. He kind of lit Texas up. He looked really good against Texas.
Sure. Notre Dame's defense is a whole different beast from Texas. The SEC showed this
Not
year that they
disagreeing with
are
you.
not even close to the conference that we were 5, 10 years ago. So I wouldn't be worried about any SEC team for the next, I'd say 3 to 5 years.
No, Ohio State is going to throw an interception, and it's going to land directly in the hands of Xavier Watts.
I thought you were going to say touchdown, Jesus.
Yeah,
I don't know why that's where my brain went, but like that's it. That's all I had for it, really. Mary Luna. Everybody, you can't hear it, but my sweet, sweet angel, Luna, my doggy, she's in here now. I don't know why I addressed that. You guys can't see her. Maybe I'll put a picture of her on Instagram.
What the?
What?
Whoever's interested
Leave me alone.
in Chewy's dog, please let us know.
Yeah,
fuck.
just DM me on Instagram. No, actually, stay out of my DMs. That leaves too much. The windows, no, just stay away from me.
Chewy, just take a break.
I'm gonna stop talking now.
Yeah, that's probably your best bet.
All right. Do we have anything else to talk about in college football?
I think that's it.
I
Notre Dame's gonna win.
I don't think so. No,
And that's it.
no, they're not.
All right, moving
Yeah,
on.
it's not gonna
No,
be pretty,
you
and that's
can't.
why you don't want to talk about it.
Logan, you can't just. All right, moving on.
I'll sit here and talk about it all day, but for time reasons,
You're not
we shouldn't.
No, we're not doing that. We do that enough as it is. That's why we started this podcast.
Chewy owes Logan $10. That's unfortunate for Chewy.
Hey, wait a minute. That's not what I wrote.
That's what I fixed. All right. Yeah. The playoff games are going to be massive. A lot of good games Saturday and Sunday. National championship is the following Monday. It's going to be
Arguably one of the greatest Mondays in American history.
for
Yeah, you know what? That's
absolute
actually
sure.
something I wanted to talk about. So, you guys get through your closing notes quickly so I can talk.
Well, these are closing notes. There's not supposed to be anything after the closing notes. So if you want to say something, say it.
All right, fine. Stop yelling at me. Just as a disclaimer, this is not real arguments. I love these guys. I would give them the shirt off my back
He beats
unless
us.
it's one of my Packers jerseys, and then they can get shafted. Borrow it. So why the fuck is the biggest game in college football history on a fucking
Monday? You have no. I've
how stupid
bitched about this for so
stupid
long.
is that?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Like, dude, the game starts an
Who-
hour before my bedtime.
Yeah, because you go to bed around that time. Not the point. Not the point. Like, I considered taking PTO days for the Super Bowl. Just one, really, but
Not anymore.
I mean, I still could, but
Oh, I could
I'm
too,
not
but I'm
going
not
to.
gonna now.
yeah. I would have had, honestly, if it was the Packers in the Super Bowl, I would take 2 PTO days. So that way I could continue the party all the way through Monday. Anyway, yeah, no, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen, and hopefully next year they don't fuck it up. Now back to the closing.
Closing statements. College football is going to be a massive game on a Monday, as they just so angrily described their frustrations.
Did you want me to say it nicely? There's no nice way to say it. They fucked up.
NFL Saturday and Sunday is going to be massive. A lot of good games, a lot of good players, all fighting for the number one spot in the most watched American sports program ever. It's going to be great. I lost what I was going to say next.
Of
All right.
course you did.
So that means it's my turn with closing notes, and you're done. Get back in your corner. My closing notes are simple. Bills Mafia, get it done. Go win the Super Bowl so John will stop talking about how Josh Allen is soft.
Still not going to stop talking about how he's soft.
That's fine. As long as Logan sends me that clip to my personal phone to use at my discretion, which will be very frequent, I don't care.
You can't even spell frequent.
Don't need to. Second, Rams, don't let me down. Seriously. And third, and final, this whole time I've had one of my personal notes staring me in the face, and I just wanted to share that with you guys because I find it funny and I think you will too. And it's garlic bread, like a gar, the fish, licking bread. That's funny. But underneath of that, for some reason, I wrote bargic lead. Thank you. That is all. Oh, and I love you. Bet you didn't see that coming, did you?
No, sure didn't. All right, closing notes. I guess at this point, go Ravens. Oh man, that really threw me off. Texans fans, you're kind of disrespectful. Quinn Ewers pulled you out of a 20-year drought, and you're excited he's leaving. I mean, weird flex, but good for you. He's gone. Now you get to start Manning, who might be good. We'll see.
Good.
Other than that, go Buckeyes in the Natty. Ohio State by 1 billion is my prediction. And with that, we still pray for those who are recovering from the wildfires. That's still something that's, people still need help with that. People are still affected by that, and we don't want to lose sight of what's going on in our country.
Yeah,
no. Could not agree more.
Also, to leave on a little bit of a positive note, Colin Hurley is expected to make a full recovery and is now awake and alert.
That is so good to hear.
So that is very good.
For those who don't know, Colin Hurley, he is a 17-year-old freshman at Louisiana State who was involved in a car accident earlier today or yesterday.
I'm not sure. This morning. Yep.
This morning. So to hear, the last I heard, he was found unresponsive but breathing. So to hear he's coming out of it, that's going to be great.
Yep.
To end on a little more positive note, don't forget we're going to put the polls on the social medias. That's for you guys to engage with us.
There are going to be polls on our social media covering the college football playoffs and the NFL's games that you guys will be able to go and vote on. John, did you have an idea for a third poll you wanted to bring up?
A third poll. Yeah, I got one. So, to all our listeners, in your opinion, who do you think deserves MVP?
Yes.
For the NFL. NFL MVP.
Thank you guys again for just the support and the overwhelming response that we've received so far. We are aware that we are still very new at this, and it's not perfect, but we're trying every day to make this a more enjoyable podcast. I know our friend Chewy can
Enjoyable.
a little
Enjoyable. We don't want it to be tolerable. We want people to enjoy it. One more poll that just popped into my head. I don't mean to be rude. I don't mean to interrupt. But how do you guys feel about maybe, we have other guys who are league mates with us. We could bring on the podcast. We have other friends who are fans of people in the playoffs. Like, how would you guys feel about maybe a guest on the podcast?
And as always, all of our social medias are posted on the link tree, which is available on every single social media platform.
Welcome to the league mates, fuckers. I don't know
to
what
our
else.
perfectly imperfect podcast.
Welcome to
A bunch of dudes being guys.
and
Just a bunch of guys being bros.
That was
That's it.
a kind of cool intro that we could musicify.
Musicify.
That's not a word. Don't worry about it. Don't clip that.
Jot that down. Move on.
Moving on.
I'll write that down.
Thank you guys for listening to the third episode of the League Mates podcast.
Right.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh shit, I'm not muted.
Don't delete that. Don't just keep that in there. Oh shit, I'm not muted.
Thank you,
something
guys.
We should also put that one should be on the soundboard.
Thank you guys for listening to the third episode of the League Mates podcast, and we'll catch you in the next one.
I love you.